If you want a smaller waist, if you want that hourglass figure, you have to train your back. So today I'm going to walk you through my entire back workout and show you all of my favorite back exercises to have a really snatched back and a little bit of biceps, even though I have probably the weakest bicep in the world and even weaker now that I took a very long break from the gym. So we're starting off this workout today with some resistance band chin-ups. If you cannot do resistance band chin-ups yet, do not worry. You can practice them on the assisted pull-up machine. You can practice your pull-ups, you can practice your chin-ups, you can practice your neutral grip pull-ups, a lot of variations. I did this for months and months and months and months until I was finally able to get my first resistance band chin-up. The reason I'm doing chin-ups is because they are easier than a pull-up. It's embarrassing to admit, but I can still not do one single pull-up. After years of lifting, I never really focused on my pull-ups, and now I do pay the price for it. You and I, we're both going to get there to be finally able to do a pull-up, to do them as easily and smooth as you see all the girlies on Instagram do their pull-ups. I do 3 sets until failure because I can only do 4 to 5 reps, and if I can get an extra rep than the week before, I am very happy. Next we have my all-time favorite back exercise, a good old lat pull down. What you want to focus on when you're doing a lat pull downs is you want to have your thumbs pointing outwards, making sure that your arms are not taking over. If you feel like all you can focus on is your lower arms and not really your back muscles, use lifting straps. No shame in using lifting straps if they help you. If you feel like you cannot work the muscle that you want to work, all you can focus on is your grip. You can barely hold the lat pull down attachment or the barbell or the dumbbells. Use lifting straps. I use lifting straps if I take more weight. On this day I didn't take that much weight, that's why you don't see me using the lifting straps, but usually I always use my lifting straps. I know the wrists don't get stronger with that. I'm not gonna hold back just because my wrists are super weak, okay? I'm not here to train my wrists. I am here to train my back. Make sure to really squeeze your back muscles going back up, always keeping the tension. When you start the exercise, pull your shoulder blades down and pull to your chest. You don't need to do any crazy rowing or upper body movement with this exercise. I just lean back a little bit when going down and then forward when going back up. I just feel like it engages my lat better. We're doing 3 sets of 10 reps. Next we have another amazing back exercise, which is seated cable rows. I like to do these exercises one after the other because they're usually at the same machine. I know some people say you should lean a little bit forward and then pull back, and some people say you should just sit straight. Just do whatever feels better for you. I personally like to have a little bit of a stretch, or I feel like I can feel the stretch better if I lean a little bit forward and then pull back again. Very important is to pull back your elbows, making sure to really squeeze your back muscles. You can imagine a pencil between your shoulder blades and really squeeze. I always like to start off with a lighter weight and really making sure that I have correct form and that I can feel my back muscles working, instead of starting with a super heavy weight and just rowing back and forth with my upper body, not feeling the muscle that I'm supposed to be feeling. And then if I can go heavier, I still can increase the weight. And we're doing 3 sets of 8 reps with this movement. Next we're doing a superset. I love doing supersets on upper body days because you can do so many more exercises in less time. So if you're short in time, if you need to be somewhere afterwards, work, school, whatever, supersets are your best friend. We're doing straight arm pull downs and I'm using the rope attachment today. You can also use the straight bar attachment. I think that the straight bar is a little bit better if the gym is not busy. I like to just take up 2 sides of the cable machine and have one side for my straight arm pull downs and the other one for the face pulls, which is our next exercise. What we want to focus on is I step a little bit away from the cable machine. I have a slight bend forwards and then I pull back the rope to my hips, really squeeze our back muscle. Very slow and controlled movement, making sure to keep the tension at all times. When you pull down the rope, raise your chest. This will give you so much more muscle engagement. I promise you, you will feel your back so much better if you raise your chest a little bit when pulling down. We're doing 3 sets of 8 reps with both exercises. So we're doing 8 reps of the pull downs, and then we're doing 8 reps of the face pulls, and then we take our rest. You can also only do 2 sets if you're super busy and you want to make your workout shorter. When I had to be at work at 8 a.m., I was always only doing 2 sets. It is more than enough. We're doing a superset, so you already have more reps, and then we're going straight into cable face pulls. Technically, it is a shoulder exercise, but I like to include this exercise into my back day. It just makes more sense for me since we're working the back of our shoulders, and it is a pulling motion, and back and biceps is a pull day. There are so many different grips with the face pulls, but I have my thumbs pointing towards me. I like to do my face pulls seated because I feel like I have just a better control. Making sure to pull towards your forehead, really squeeze your rear delts. Have a really good mind to muscle connection with this exercise. Going back up again, always keeping the tension, and then pulling down again. For the next exercise, we're doing single arm rows. I don't always include a single arm exercise just because it takes up a lot of time, but it is important to sometimes have single arm or even single leg or whatever you're training exercises because it helps even out any imbalances. You can also do this exercise by having one leg on the bench and then do the rows, but this day I decided I want to have the bench at an incline and just hold onto it. We're doing 3 sets of 8 reps each arm. Pull your shoulders back, make sure to pull back with your elbow to your hips and have that half circle motion. Squeeze your back, really have your back engaged, going back down again and then going up. And for the last exercise, we of course need to train our biceps, and I like to do a bicep superset at the end of my workout. We're doing today seated bicep curls, and we're going straight into hammer curls. By the end of the superset, my biceps always feels like it's gonna fall off. I usually only do 2 sets of 8 reps. Sometimes I even do 6 reps of the hammer curls because I just cannot do more, so I really train until failure. If you want to train a little bit more biceps than that, you can do a 3rd set, or you can include another bicep exercise into your back workout and leave out another back exercise. I have my bench slightly tilted. If you want to make the seated bicep curls even more intense, you can lean your bench even more backward, but I was already struggling with this one because I usually only do them standing. So doing them seated is so much harder, but you also have more control and more focus on the bicep. When you do bicep curls standing, a lot of people make the mistake that they swing their entire upper body and they are working everything else but not their biceps. So if you do them standing, if you do them seated, however you're doing them, make sure to really curl up with your biceps and then going back down again, squeezing your triceps, and then we do the exact same thing for the hammer curls. And that was the entire back and biceps workout. I hope you enjoyed it. Please make sure to subscribe if you want to see more workout videos and also food videos on my channel, and give the video a like if you enjoyed it or it helped you. And other than that, thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you in my next video. Bye!